You've been calculating arrival time wrong your whole life. Here's the secret formula science-backed procrastinators don't want you to know. Stage problem. You have a meeting at 9 a.m. Maps say it's a 20-minute drive, so you leave at 48 دقيقة. Simple, right? But at 48 دقيقة, you can't find your keys. At 48 دقيقة, an unexpected phone call from your mom derails you. At 58 دقيقة, a rogue sneeze requires a bathroom dash. You roll in at 9 دقائق, flustered, apologizing. What went wrong? You trusted a deterministic world. Real life is gloriously chaotic. ذهي insight. Punctuality isn't a personality trait. It's a probability problem. Every day, tiny, unpredictable, micro-catastrophes happen. A lost earbud, an urgent text, a shoelace that unties itself in protest. These events arrive randomly, like raindrops on a window. The math that describes them? It's called a Poisson process. And once you see it, you'll never be late again. The hidden math OF everyday costs. Imagine life throws micro-catastrophes at you with an average rate. Let's call it lambda. If you typically encounter 2 such delays per hour, لاثنان. The time between these annoying events follows an exponential distribution. That's a fancy way of saying short gaps are more likely, but occasional long gaps happen. Now, the critical question. How much extra buffer must you add to your travel time so you arrive on time with, say, 95% confidence? The equation is shockingly elegant. If you want a probability P of all random delays being absorbed, the buffer B you must add is BL1, PL. Plug in your numbers. Let's say your personal micro-catastrophe rate, 1.5 events per hour keys, bathroom, snack attacks. You desire a 95% success rate, so P 0.95. Then BL 0.051.5 2.9 957 1.5 hours? Wait, no, the units matter. L is per hour, so B comes out in hours. That can't be 2 hours of buffer for a 20-minute trip? That's because L must be scaled to the window you're protecting. Let's fix that. Better, measure as average number of relevant micro-catastrophes per trip window. If in the 30 minutes before departure you typically face 0.8 interruptions, then La per pre-departure window 0.8. Then B in the same time, units. Fractions of a window B L 0.050.8 30.8375 windows. That's absurd. So we must reinterpret L's rate of delay accumulation per minute. Let's build it from scratch, correctly and humorously. Assume each micro-catastrophe adds a random delay. The total extra delay D is the sum of many small delays. If each delay has mean M and they occur at a rate per minute, the expected total delay after T minutes is lit M. The variance is lit M terbi' assuming exponential service times. For a buffer B, on top of your nominal travel time T, you leave at departure time D desired arrival, TB. The probability you exceed TB is PDTB. Using the central limit theorem, D is approximately normal with mean mil TM, variance is terbi' li TM terbi'. So you need Z-score for desired confidence. For 95% Z 1.645. Then B ma 1.645 is T. T? Wait, we want the total travel delay TB. Actually, you want arrival time departure TD target. So departure target. TB where B covers D with confidence. So you need B such that P, D, B, P. If D normal, c'est terbi'r, B, min, Z. So B lel TM ZS, QRT lel TM since M is the standard deviation of each individual delay if they follow an exponential with mean M, variance M terbi'r. So sum of Poisson number of delays, variance lel TM terbi'r, SDS, QRT lel TM. So B lel TM ZM's SQRT lel T. This is practical. Example, you take a 20-minute route T20. Your micro-catastrophe rate is 0.1 events per minute, on average 1 every 10 minutes before leaving. Mean delay per event, M 2 minutes, finding keys, bathroom. Then ما 0.21 4 minutes. س2 SQRT 0.122 SQRT 2 2.828 minutes. For 95%
B41.645.828 44.658.65 minutes. So you need a 8.65 minute buffer. So you'd leave 28.65 minutes before the meeting, not 20. Suddenly punctuality. Thage Ellison. Stop leaving based on pure travel time. Track your personal chaos rate and an average micro delay M for 1 week. Count every keys lost, every phone call from mom, every sudden snack attack that delays your exit. Then plug it into B LTM زدام جرعة Shoes for your desired confidence زي 0 for 50%. زد 1.28 for 90%. زد 1.645 for 95%. This is the buffer of sanity. When you leave with that buffer, you transform from a frazzled latecomer into a calm, invincible time wizard. Use it. Share it. Never blame your alarm again. رقم life hack, رقم math in real life, رقم punctuality formula, رقم stochastic living, رقم never late again. Text 2.0 AI speech copy. Exactly 15,000 characters. Imagine this. You have a job interview at 10 in the morning. The map on your phone says the drive takes 22 minutes, so you decide to leave at 9:38. That seems perfectly reasonable. Yet at 9:41, you are frantically patting your pockets because your keys have vanished into the same dimension where single socks go. At 9:47, you are stuck behind a garbage truck that seems to stop at every single bin on the street. By 9:58, you are sweating, gripping the steering wheel, and mentally rehearsing an apology. You walk in 2 minutes late, flustered, and the first impression is already tainted. Most people blame themselves at that moment. They call themselves disorganized or unlucky, but the truth is far more liberating. You are not broken. You are simply solving the wrong equation. The entire world teaches us a false model of time. We are trained to think like this. Departure time plus travel time equals arrival time. That is a deterministic fantasy. It assumes a clean, frictionless universe where shoelaces never untie, where bladders never suddenly protest, where a friend never sends a meme that absolutely must be replied to right that instant. Real life is a messy, stochastic carnival. It does not care about your neat little subtraction. So today, I want to give you a new mental tool. A genuine mathematical framework that accounts for the beautiful chaos of existence. We are going to build what I call the lateness buffer theorem. It turns punctuality from a moral struggle into a probability calculation. And once you see it, you will never again assume that a 20-minute trip requires exactly 20 minutes. You will start leaving with a sacred buffer, a scientifically computed cushion of time that absorbs the random micro-catastrophes of the morning. The result is not just punctuality. It is a deep sigh of relief, calm that carries you through the entire day. Let us dive into the hidden mathematics of everyday delays. The first concept you need is the microcatastrophe. I define a microcatastrophe as any small, unexpected event that delays your departure or your journey by a few minutes. Examples are abundant. You cannot find the left earbud. You spill a drop of coffee on your shirt and have to change. A neighbor intercepts you in the driveway with a question about the recycling schedule. Your stomach emits a gurgle that demands an urgent bathroom detour. These events are not rare. They are the background static of a normal human life. The crucial insight is that they arrive randomly. They do not come on a schedule. You cannot predict whether tomorrow morning will serve you 0 microcatastrophes or 3. But you can describe their statistical behavior. The branch of mathematics that deals with random arrival of discrete events over time is called Poisson process theory. It is named after the French mathematician Simeon Denis Poisson, and it has been used to model everything from radioactive decay to the number of phone calls arriving at a call center. It applies perfectly to the chaos of your morning routine. In a Poisson process, events occur independently and at a constant average rate. Let us call that rate lambda, the Greek letter that looks like an upside-down V. Lambda is measured in events per unit time. For example, if you typically experience about 4 microcatastrophes in the 2 hours between waking up and leaving the house, your personal lambda is roughly 2 per hour. Once you have an estimate of your lambda, you can make precise probabilistic predictions. The time between consecutive microcatastrophes follows an exponential distribution. That means very short gaps are the most probable, and long gaps become increasingly rare. It also means that the total number of microcatastrophes in a given window follows a Poisson distribution. But we want to know something more practical. How much extra time must we add to our planned travel time so that we still arrive on time in, say, 95% of cases, even when these annoying little gremlins strike? To answer that, we need to think about the cumulative delay they cause. Each micro-catastrophe doesn't just happen. It consumes time. If you lose your keys, you might spend 2 to 5 minutes searching. If you need an unscheduled bathroom break, that is another 3 minutes. If your phone alarm fails to ring and you oversleep by a hair, that might add 4 minutes. So each event carries a random delay with a certain average duration. Let us denote the average delay per microcatastrophe as M. For many people, M is around 2 minutes, but you can measure your own by jotting down every delay for a week. Now comes the beautiful part. The total extra delay you experience on a given trip is the sum of a random number of individual delays. The number of microcatastrophes that occur in your pre-departure window plus any that happen en route. If your nominal travel time is capital T minutes, and you have a constant microcatastrophe rate lambda per minute, then the expected number of events during that whole exposure window is lambda multiplied by T. And because the events are independent, the expected total delay, call it μ, is lambda times T times M. But we don't just care about the average. We care about the spread, the variability. We want a buffer that covers the right tail of the distribution, so we are not caught off guard by a bad luck morning. For that, we need the variance. If each microcatastrophe has delay with standard deviation equal to M, assuming an exponential service time where standard deviation equals the mean, then the variance of the total delay D given a Poisson